to the department where it's supposed to go. So hopefully we can get this movement started around the country to just hold on to our taxes before sending them to Washington.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds like an excellent idea to me. I would be more than happy to see our own states benefit and hopefully citizens benefit from this. I do hope that's the case anyway. I was listening to a few shows that you've done with Alex Jones about provocateurs and MIAC. Can you please explain what MIAC is to our listening audience?
Okay, MIAC is the Missouri Information Analysis Center, and it started in Missouri about 2-3 years ago. It was the outgrowth of, like everything, it was an outgrowth of the Department of Homeland Security, and these are fusion centers. I think there's 70 some around the country. Now, the word fusion centers, the concept sounds good, that they're going to fuse information together in those particular fusion centers and share it with law enforcement. And, if you have a potential or a threat in one state, then you share it with all other law enforcement agencies in those particular states around the country. What happened in Missouri was they had these strategic reports that they had written up and were kept in-house, and the public did not know about them. And the one they had, somebody inside realized the danger to this MIAC report that was being written, and they were concerned that some of these newer law enforcement officers would not understand the context in which they were supposed to read it. And it basically started profiling anybody from the Constitution Party, the Libertarian Party. If you had bumper stickers on them, especially Ron Paul, Chuck Baldwin, and a few others as being potential terrorists. Anybody that was following them, you should be on the lookout for them. It also said anybody that was a constitutionalist or those who strongly opposed some of the pro-life agendas. And it was very scary. An individual who did this was, I think, copying some information from the Southern Poverty Law Center. Mm-hmm. And when this got released, it really created a firestorm here that something was being put out, and the leadership of the Highway Patrol here had not reviewed it. And probably a week after that came out, I had a meeting in my office with with the 4 individuals, and shortly after that, the individual head of this was transferred to another department. And then we had hearings around the state this past last summer there to take input from various individuals. Of course, some of the law enforcement tried to defend it, but it's difficult for those to defend the actions, and they were trying to say this was just one erroneous report. But then they've made the statement that they will not issue any more strategic reports such as they did. But then it's very dangerous when you have a agency like this that's issuing reports. It's starting to profile various individuals as being potential terrorists.
So, in other words, if you're a protester or you speak out against this government and you speak of the Constitution, of liberty, freedom, independence, or abortion issues which are against certain people's agenda, you will be listed as a low-level terrorist or be placed on a list.
That's exactly right. I mean, this was so broad that it probably included 75% of the people in Missouri. Now, law enforcement said, well, you have to read this through the eyes of a law enforcement thing, but that is not true. When you read it, it was probably blatant, and it was very pointed as to who to look for. So we would like to have had an oversight committee to review all of the reports or the actions of this MIAC, this agency in Missouri. We have not been able to get that approved as an oversight. But I think the message has got out that they need to change their ways. Yeah, the fusion center to share information or a potential vigilante group or something, a legitimate one that might have a potential harm, sure, we want those to share information. Mm-hmm. This information. My real concern was the Department of Homeland Security is in the middle of this, and we think they're directing this effort. Okay? And Patrol here in Missouri, they want to keep it going because they get about a third of their funding from the Department of Homeland Security. They hate to turn that down, and if they did, they would not be able to function. So at this time, it is still operating, but I feel fairly comfortable right now that we have some freedom-loving individuals in our law enforcement that would release information like this. Of course, whoever released it, they don't know who it was.
Could you explain to us what the Sunshine Law is all about?
Sunshine Law in Missouri means that any meeting we have here has to be open. Only anything dealing with personnel or maybe certain contracts can be done. As far as Sunshine Law, as far as state governments, where everything is open there. I cannot think of a single thing that has a closed meeting in any committee or any action taken there. The Sunshine Law primarily applies to school board, city council, anything like that, that they make a decision in closed session that the public does not have access or view to. In fact, they're supposed to even come out of a executive session and take a public vote on whatever action